What's going on, guys? As always, it's the Wheels Up Podcast, episode whatever, because we don't have time to waste tonight because we have, well, a lot of time to waste, and that's what makes it fun because DraftKings came out with their week one salaries. Again, I repeat, week one salaries are already out. Now, you might say, why did they do that? That's silly. That's preposterous. That's a bit fun and, whatever else. It's all of those things put together, Donnie, Gov. It really is. It's exciting. It's a bit goofy because our lineups are going to change, you know, so much, infinite amount of times from now until then. But it does give you a baseline idea of a marketplace. We talked about it for weeks about rainmakers and these different platforms. Now we have a platform to kind of play off of, whether we agree, disagree, and what have you. Me and Gov have been very good, and this is hard for us because we're DFS savants, if you will. Not very good at it, but I do consume a lot of it, and I stayed away from everything. Total radioactive silence, just to give you my live reactions tonight. Gov did the same, and then Donnie was totally unaware. So, we're coming at it from a total first look perspective. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I always like how they bring out, I like that they bring out the salaries early, try to entice everyone into doing stuff and loading into they have a large millionaire maker contest week one. It's always cheaper than normal. So they want people trying to fill it all month.
Yeah, well, I'm sure this is already news that has affected a salary in general. Ronald Jones is suspended for the first couple weeks. I'm assuming that hired a little bit of Tony Pollard's salary there.
I mean, if they knew about it before, when did the suspension come down? Because I'm pretty sure the salaries came out
this morning.
Okay, and the salaries came out Friday night.
Oh, okay.
So we waited all weekend. I didn't look at them.
That's a long time. I didn't realize they came out that early.
Yeah. Right? Way early. Yeah. But they were out Friday or so, maybe Saturday morning. But
we waited this long. So I'm going to make you wait just at least 30 seconds more and tell me where do you think you'll be most surprised? You could tell me position, player, a price set, whatever it is. What's the most surprising thing that you think DraftKings has done maybe differently to catch you off guard? What might that be?
Well, it's week one, so it's probably going to be a little softer than normal, like usual. For a week one slate. So I don't think they've done anything specifically. So last year they moved the running back floor up to 4K when it was 3K like the wide receivers. Or maybe that was 2 years ago. That was the most significant thing they've done in a while, outside of just getting really tight on salary late in the season. But knowing week one, I'd be surprised if there's that many people above or in the 8K range. There's definitely going to be no 9 or 10K guys. I'd like to see where defenses are at. Are they still going to be super cheap, or did they ratchet them up any? I'm a little intrigued when we finally get to take a look. I don't think there's going to be anything crazy that right off the bat. We're early, so they might have some weird misprices because they expect last year's volume and we don't.
Well, I think a good example for a player that probably doesn't have a great salary value that maybe would have had a better one last year is a Cordell Patterson. Because, we all assume Robinson's going to be the guy.
That's actually the guy I'd like to see. Rookie.
That's what rookie running back is what I really want.
How high do they have the rookie running back?
Yeah.
Because he's going first round in best ball drafts, which I think is crazy as hell.
Could you do me one favor while I make this point, just so people know that I'm not being biased? Name me a wide receiver that has talent that's younger.
Chase and Jefferson are still young.
Okay, so Chase.
Yeah.
So let's say Chase gets hurt tomorrow, right? We don't want that to happen, but it happens. those are the mistakes but they also can be mistakes on both ends. And I'm curious to see. And DraftKings has to be very careful of how they price it because they know injuries are going to happen, whether it be a Chase or another marquee guy, right? And I don't want to wish injury on anyone. That's why I wanted a random name. But these things are going to happen, so they have to bake it in. They have to prepare for it. But also, as players go, we have to prepare for it too. It's like, because week one is so different than any other week, where it's like everyone will attack that value. It's like if Chase gets hurt, everyone's going to play Higgins, or maybe less people will play Burrow because they'll be afraid. There'll be these big shifts, and that's what I'm curious to see is like how they balanced it. So,
well, all the running back stuff.
Well, I mean,
happens.
the
Colts are talking about holding out, completely not putting him on that list where they don't even have to pay him.
right,
And they're just gonna say
that's going to be a giant lawsuit. Because, like, Jonathan Taylor's already come out and said everything they're saying is a lie. I'm not hurt. I'm not injured. I was not injured outside of the facility. That I want to be here. I want to play football, but I do not want to play for them. That's basically what he's come out and said. Like, the Colts want to put him on that list because they say he's got a back injury that he got outside of the facility. And he's already come out and said, my back's fine. I'm not hurt. I can practice. I didn't get hurt outside of the facility.
The salaries came out before that, right?
All that, yeah.
Before that, yes.
So that's huge. Like a backup Colts running back, it might be super undervalued here.
And Donnie, we'll look at it.
Yeah, it could. We still have a month to see exactly where everything fits.
I just opened it for the first time. Still haven't focused on any pricing. So we'll get to that because we'll definitely go through the running backs. But I just want to say,
I was hoping. I was about to say, pull that off the screen.
Fair enough. Let me do that for you, right?
Let's say I was hoping we could like go through each position and like try to guess the price, and then you could pull up the screen for those positions.
I got you.
So,
well, I did see the quarterbacks basically.
Yeah, I basically saw the quarterback.
And the top quarterback is crazy to me for what we saw last year. I'm shocked.
I'm not.
I'm high on him. I'm very high on him.
See, and I'm not. I would have not had Lamar as the top guy.
I wouldn't have him as the top guy, but I'm not surprised. I guess I'm in between.
And they had Trevor Lawrence very high.
That's not surprising. He played very well last year.
Yeah,
well, this is a good point, though, because you're high on him as a talent, Donnie, but you think it's a misprice or a shocking price, a sticker price.
Shocking to be number one on the list.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dove wouldn't have him anywhere close to number one. So I'd almost like you guys to make the case, and I'll kind of split the difference. Did DraftKings get it wrong? I'll just ask you openly, and then.
Okay, I guess you could just pull up the quarterback list now.
Yeah, I'm
just going to talk.
Yeah. I'll just switch back to quarterbacks just for that position.
Yeah. Yeah, don't go to another position. I want to talk about the position before we actually pull it up.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So, like,
you know what? Yeah, he's going up against Houston. They might not even need him to score.
I think they will. I think it's sneaky going to be a shootout game.
Well, it's September. This is where the bad teams come to play. And that's what we really got to think about.
Yeah, not only that, but I don't think Baltimore's defense is as good as they used to be. And remember, they got rid of their very conservative offense. They hired a former passing happy guy from Cleveland. The name escapes me with all my excitement tonight of this salary relief. I couldn't keep all this football information in my head. But they have a whole different offensive scheme. They have totally different wide receivers. Yeah, some of them are aging, but we might see a totally different offense, and that might open up the explosion of Lamar Jackson.
Listen, I think Lamar Jackson could be back into MVP form this year. I really think he's going to lead this team to a very good season. But
I can't see any way he's number one over Hurts.
Exactly. Over Hurts in this slate.
Like him and Fields should be the same. They should be 78, 77, and Hurts should be 8K.
I'd be fine with Lamar and Hurts switching, and let's just say that's 100% good with me.
I could deal with that. Yeah.
Now, I'm having a little fun here, but we know DraftKings offices are based in Boston, and trust me, I'm not saying there's a conspiracy, but I'll have a little fun with me. There is probably a human bias, or just in the league, that people assume that Bill Belichick's defenses are never bad, right? But I think we could even admit, and Donnie's a Patriot fan, that the Patriots are not the team they used to be, right?
Well,
so,
that's obvious. But
I guess they chose Hurts to be second because they're playing the Patriots, and maybe they give more credit to the Patriots defense.
The Patriots defense is still good, and Christian Gonzalez has looked very, very good in training camp.
Right, but they're not the defense they used to be, and to have Hurts below Jackson.
Well, they lost their leader. They lost Devin McCourty.
I mean, but that's my point. Like, to me, they should be at least the same price. And maybe they are, maybe two. But, Gov, we know this. $200 makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
$200 can be the difference between a good defense and a bad defense. Yes, that position's a lot of variance. So is tight end. But damn it, $200 makes a difference. I promise you $200 makes a difference. That I will agree with. They should be the same price. If not, I guess relatively they are, but still, like 200 makes a huge difference for me.
Like, I can see the tiers they've got built. You got the top tier guys, Jackson, Hurts, Fields, and you get a drop for your Burrow, Herbert, Tua, maybe Lawrence. Then it's the next tier, which is Cousins, Geno, Watson, Wilson. Who are their cheap guys for week 1?
Yeah, it's got to be Mac Jones lower, I'm assuming.
I was going to say, how about we do this and kind of this format going forward?
I was about to say, yeah, we're missing Mac, we're missing CJ, we're missing Baker.
We're missing all the rookies, yeah.
Ritter. Derek Carr's actually in a decent matchup, depending on how he is.
I'll scroll down a bit more.
Stafford at Seattle at 5,700 doesn't look horrible.
Look at Jimmy G down there.
I will play your quarterback, Gov, with Bryce Young because everyone will be afraid of the height. They're afraid that he's a rookie, and I think that offense is going to be a lot more explosive. And I will play a lot of Stafford because the one thing I know about Stafford is he is stackable. Like he has this propensity to lock into a target, right?
And they're up into a strong offense. Like they're playing a good offense.
Seeing Carr at 53.
Right.
You tell I'm getting Carr and Olave, or maybe a Carr, Olave, Michael Thomas, and like I actually get something out of that.
Maybe for a cheap tight end, you throw in Jimmy Graham. He catches a touchdown in the red zone. You never know.
He's totally not in this. Like, I saw that, and I'm still waiting on them to like just pull the retirement paper. He's here to retire a Saint.
He's playing. He had offers from playoff teams allegedly.
Well, he should have taken them because in my mind, he's not even third on their depth chart at tight end.
Look at Jordan Love, Mac Jones, same price basically, by the way.
Yeah, Ritter cheap under.
Minshew probably the week 1 starter at.
They have Richardson higher up, so the cheap starter is probably Baker at 49. Baker. But honestly, at Minnesota in a dome, Baker with those weapons of Godwin and Evans, I could take a shot on a cheap Baker Tampa stack with a nice Justin Jefferson bring back. Mwah! I almost want you to put that lineup in there right now. Like, woohoo! Well, we could fit all the guys.
I'm such a Baker hater. I can't do it.
I don't like Baker either. I've seen him be horrible, but like knowing his weapons and knowing that there's two things Baker's going to do. He's going to chuck it downfield, and he's going to find the most obscure wide receiver on the roster and pelt him with 6 targets a game.
Hold on. Don't press.
I'm about to say don't press anything. Don't go off quarterback yet. But like, yeah.
You don't trust me, do you?
I don't want to.
I don't want to take the chance. I don't want to take the chance.
Yeah, I've seen you click Treylon Burks too quickly. No. Burn notice. Sorry.
I was waiting for you to set that one up so we could have a real pool party. But truly, guys, that's what I want to do with this show. there'll be plenty of
Sam
time.
Howell at Arizona, that would be fun too. Like there are actually fun, cheap quarterback options if you don't want to just play Fields or Lamar, or I like Herbert as like the top guy probably in that at home versus Miami. That looks really good.
Yeah, but there's going to be a lot of cheap guys from that Arizona-Washington game. Like you could make a nice play there probably.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind that Arizona-Washington game as a mini stack, especially if it looks like it's gonna. If the total's a good, nice total.
Mm-hmm.
Donnie, I think you'd agree. There's like this weird energy when you first start something out, or like this nervous energy, or it's like, oh, well, this show might not go well, or like, I don't know how to start it, or like we're new. This show might feel like that a little bit because I don't really want to have a structure of like, here's the top 5 quarterbacks. What do we think? Here's the bottom 5 quarterbacks. I want us to have that reactionary, excitement, that like Christmas present opening feel. There's going to be plenty of weeks where we can dissect, did DraftKings get the top 10 right? Did DraftKings get the middle tier right? I just almost want to take it position by position, and then you guys just shout out different activities, just like we've already done about the position. I was teasing with the position because I won't click it, obviously, but the cheapest quarterback, technically, as we know it today, is Colt McCoy. But there's rumors they might start the rookie. There's actually a quarterback training camp battle between one of the rookies they drafted early. And so that could open up things. Or
I could see making a nice counter to that Justin Fields one just getting Jordan Love. He's so cheap. You can stack it nicely with that game. You have DJ Moore on the other end. There's a lot of options.
There are definitely I think quarterback is kind of open because the top end is kind of like the 7K guys are all kind of like they really need to pay off and probably on the ground. But like with Fields, Hurts, and Lamar, they probably if they do pay. So like the top end does look doable, but I do like you said, I like everything in this low range too. I feel like you could take a shot on stuff in certain games.
Yeah. And there's a good chance one of the starters gets hurt. Like, let's be honest.
All right.
We could see, Derek Carr go down and now Jameis Winston's starting for the Saints.
So last rapid thought on quarterbacks. Like 1 word or 2 word answers. Only 1 or 2 words. So choose them carefully, Donnie. Go.
Value everywhere.
Value nowhere.
Mispriced rookies.
Fair, that's a fair point.
I would not have Young and Stroud above all of these guys. Like as bad as Love and Ritter and Baker may be, they should be the 53, 54s, and Bryce Young and Stroud should be at 5K.
Now,
in my mind.
Time permitted, or even if we got to go back and flip it, I want to go back to why we chose those words at the end of the show or in future shows. But let's preview the running back position. What do we expect from it? We haven't seen it yet.
I was going to say, there's 3 guys. Before we switch over, there's 3 guys I want to see what you guys think. Mm-hmm. Who you think is the most expensive running back? Because I think it's easy.
I think it's probably going to be CMC.
I agree. Any disagreement there?
I think it's Derrick Henry.
See, I think Derrick Henry's probably 3 in my mind.
Well,
but that's because
who does CMC play? No matter what, because they have no quarterback really. Yeah, it's got to be CMC.
And I think because of how DraftKings goes, the top 2 are going to be the PPR guys. So I think it's CMC, Eckler 1, 2. But I would say Derrick Henry is probably 3.
He's the first pure runner.
Where do you guys think Alexander Madison, who's now the lead back in Minnesota, is?
It doesn't matter.
54. I'd say about 54.
See, I was going to say like high 5s, maybe 58. But yeah.
I'll guess this. He'll be in the top 20. I will fade him 100%. You got my word on. To this day, I will not play him at all.
Why?
He will be the highest owned, most overvalued player week 1, in my opinion.
Oh, I doubt that. I bet there will be way better value.
Yeah, I think more people are going to be on your train, Logan.
I'm saying that today. Because Cove's right. There's going to be an injury, right? That like makes the ownership. But I'm saying today, if you polled everyone, I guarantee you that he's too cheap.
Well, like, yeah, before salaries came out, he was the one guy who's new, so you know his price is going to be different from last year. Where if he had anything near last year's price, even while Dalvin was out, the price he had while Dalvin was out still only got up to like $6K or so.
Yeah. I will not play him. You got my word.
I think the highest owned guy will definitely be one of the Colts running backs if Jonathan Taylor's not going to play.
I can agree with that.
Everything not associated to injury, I think he'll be the highest.
Okay, I don't associate that to injury though.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying is like, as of now, non like training camp injury that just spikes someone's value. I think everyone will overvalue Madison. I actually don't believe Madison is very talented. Are we ready?
Yeah, let's see running back.
Wait. Bijan Robinson, take a guess.
Top 5.
60, mid 6.
Top 5.
I was thinking
they're going to give him. I think he should be right there with Madison at 58, but they're going to put him in the mid 6.
Is he the highest rookie of any position?
He should be.
Let's see, the quarterbacks were in the mid 5s. Yeah,
he should be the highest.
Like he probably should be the highest rookie of any position. I can't think of a wide receiver rookie that should be higher than him. Njigba shouldn't. Addison maybe, but probably not. So no, it probably should be him as the highest rookie. But I don't think he should be like top 10 running back price. Even though he's going as like the top 2 or 3 running back in best ball leagues.
I'm going to click this and say something at the same time. I think Chubb will be the most undervalued on this board. Let's see.
No, Chubb is 3.
Wow. They got it right with Chubb.
Look at Bijan.
Bijan is 4, and he's one of the 8K guys. Unplayable. I like 100%. Henry at 78. I like Henry at 78. That's a playable Henry.
Look at Etienne back in that 69 range.
I knew Robinson would be high because he's playing in the
Stevenson at 7K. Yep.
I like Joe Mixon too.
Yeah.
And please interrupt each other tonight. Maybe not most podcasts, but tonight is a night where, like I say, we just like let it go. We let the excitement.
This is live reaction. I mean,
yes.
Eckler
84, McCaffrey at 87. That's a like. I didn't think anyone would be over 85. So McCaffrey at 87.
No.
Well, you got 1 and 2 right.
I
knew it would be the PPR guys, but I figured Henry. But no, with the way Chubb was last year, he's taken Henry's spot as the main runner. Bijan should be where Stevenson is.
Can we look at Madison at 65? Wow.
Okay, so I was almost right on that.
Is that Aaron Jones at 63?
In a timeshare? That should what is AJ Dillon 6K?
We can't look at anything comparative.
Pierce at 58? Miles Sanders 56?
Ooh, Miles Sanders at 56 is actually intriguing. Rashad White at 55.
Wait a second. What is Cam Akers doing there? 62.
He's the number 1 back for the Rams. They don't have anyone really behind him.
They got rid of Henderson.
Like they have to play him.
Yeah. The best value, in my opinion, is Miles Sanders. Like what?
That's really good value. Yeah.
Like that jumps out as to me. Like
a very happy pass or run offense. And Miles Sanders, one of his biggest gripes with the Eagles, and like I believe in an interview with a beat reporter, he called it freeing. He said, "You're going to see a pass catching version of me, and I feel free." Like. He's been saying for a long time, he's a lot more Saquon Barkley like he has the ability to catch, and it was the Eagles system that said that he couldn't.
Can you do me a favor and find where Bijan's backup is?
Where's Algier?
Yeah.
54.
Wow. See, I played him before I played, like, as honestly, I'd play him before I played Beyond.
Here's a question: Chicago's running backs. Can we just go to the Chicago team?
Well, is that going to spoil the receivers or no?
No, we leave it on running back. It'll only show running back.
I'll do it carefully. I gotta look for.
So we can go to different. Yeah, it's in the next set of games.
I just cleaned my
There it
mouse.
is. Chicago, right? Green Bay. Just click on Chicago.
Okay.
And I actually want to see. I actually want to see where Dylan is too, just for that whole game in general.
So
they have Foreman as the number one.
I know, and I think Herbert's the number one. This is one where camp will show you, because if Roshan looks really good in camp, he could be the number one, and there's your value running back,
except Homer.
Yeah, the bottom four guys, they're just depth.
Well, Boston game is literally a fullback, so that's
yeah, but they have to be listed running. But I knew they'd be close, but
Ebner also got some run though late. I just stay away from this backfield because
I want to see how
I want to see training camp.
Yeah, I'm hoping training camp and preseason show me that either one of Foreman or Herbert is the clear number one, or Roshan is so good that that Foreman and Herbert are just gonna spell him.
I feel like there's definitely better value running backs, but I do like what I saw from Herbert last year.
Yeah,
can you add Green Bay to this list so we can see?
I just know Chicago's gonna run the ball a lot, so there's going to be rushing available, and those guys are cheap for the volume they.
Dylan's 52.
Too much.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a full split with Jones. That's not a horrible price for him.
But
too much because White is the lead guy in Tampa.
Do we know if Kamara is playing week one?
He's supposed to be able to, I think, as of right now.
No, it will not be injury related. It will be suspension related, and nobody knows if Roger Goodell is going to drop that on a random Friday 2 weeks before the season. Who knows?
Right.
What they'll cook up there.
Let's see what Indy's running backs look like right now.
Yeah, because this is where the big.
I also heard, I think, what was it? Zach Moss, I think, broke his arm.
Yes, he did. He broke his arm.
You're talking about 4,100. Our boy and savior, Deion Jackson.
Yeah,
he's
going to be the highest known.
That's your chalk right there.
You have to have it.
That is the absolute nuts chalk.
Yeah,
it's so dusty down there on my nuts.
Right. Well, timeout.
You're right.
What if Zeke or someone signs though?
That's the thing. If they trade Taylor for something and then sign Zeke or Lenny, that changes everything. We have a whole month. But first look, you put salaries out today, I have to play, and then the second you do that, the Jonathan Taylor stuff comes out, you have to play Deion Jackson.
Yeah, you are literally forced.
You're playing him in cash. Everyone's going to be, he's going to be 40% owned in the tournament. He's just he is your minimum price running back that is guaranteed volume.
I think it's more than 40%. If he's day one starter.
Tournaments tend to be very contrarian. People take lots of shots. He'll be 80 to 90 in cash games, as he should be. And if you don't play him in your double ups, you don't deserve to double up. Okay. So but I think in tournaments, he'll be about half the field will be yeah, I can still build a lineup even though everyone's going to have him. And the other half of the field's I just can't play him. I won't be able to build a good lineup.
I'm sorry, but why would he not be at least 48?
I'll give you arbitrary. If he's 45, I'm fine. I wouldn't be surprised about that. But I don't think he's going to be fully close to 50% owned. But I do think he'll be the highest owned guy, and a majority of lineups will have him. But
did I not call this before we opened the portfolio? I said there was going to be somebody that was so mispriced that it becomes a question, almost a theory to what you were already alluding to, Gov, where it's now you almost think to outthink yourself in a way, where it's everyone's going to play him. So do I play Jake Funk, who, by the way, I think if you play preseason, which is more advantageous advice for the present, this is a guy you should consider. The Rams were very high on this guy. he could sneak in there. But this is an example of everyone's playing this one 4K guy. You play the other guy, and you just hope you're right. Right?
He steals the touchdown.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. But like, there becomes a game within a game, and
Right.
this is where DraftKings kind of like smiles either way, Donnie, because you're right. He is underpriced, but they're like, hey, if he's underpriced, there's going to be 5 or 6 other underpriced guys. And while they're sweating which one, is going to extract the honey, they're going to make enough mistakes overthinking themselves that will still be able to make money.
My thing is, yes, Jonathan Taylor is one of the best running backs in the league. But we already knew there was some stuff going on. Training camp injuries are possible. It is criminal that any of the backups were 42.
I mean, knowing that team always tries to give the guy the ball, and knowing that thinking that Taylor is supposed to be healthy, I'm not surprised that the backups were put so low. But that's why,
camp though, training
they
camp
don't. They treat it like they put it out a week before, like they do every week.
Donnie, they're counting on people.
They're counting on a lot of people being able to just look at that and just do that randomly. They want people to be able to make easy lineups, and instead of just pricing everyone down to 50, I've seen them in years where you go in and basically everyone's 5,500 to 6,000.
Keep in mind, this is my first
play almost anyone. Right.
I missed week 1 last year.
Donnie, and that's the cool thing because we've already seen quarterbacks.
Yep.
So we can go back there for an example. People are going to say, well, Jackson is 4K. So I'm going to play Lamar Jackson. And all DraftKings needs is Lamar Jackson to fail or Fields to fail. Because when you have that salary savings, people innately want to spend all the money they can.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. That's the whole reason to play the low salary guy. It's does he really have the realistic shot of getting more points than a McCaffrey or a Chubb? No. He can, but no, you're playing him because if he gets even average points or the other guys don't go off, the salary you save gets put somewhere else where there are points to get.
And I'll tell you a guy I think is very underrated, along with Sanders.
Agreed.
Is White. And it's not because we have him on best ball, so I'll use another example. Total guy that doesn't know us, we don't know him. JJ Zacharyson said that he is basically the number one guy, has the pass catching abilities and production of Kamara, but would go very underutilized in fantasy drafts in this upcoming big explosion. When we're talking not just your friends and family league, Donnie, we're talking big $30,000, $1 million up top tournament style best ball. He thought Rashard White would be the most underappreciated based on his value because he said that White catches the ball at a premium level and wouldn't get the premium price tag. And DraftKings basically said the same thing.
My thing is, I don't think he's super talented as a running back.
Okay, but look at these numbers, though. These are last year's numbers.
Yeah, and I see a lot of low average yards per carry, and that scares me.
You don't need it, though, because look at his receiving. It's 4 or 5.
Yeah, but that's with Tom Brady at quarterback.
You think
Tom Brady's going to throw it to his running back.
Yeah, but you think it gets worse with Baker? I think it gets better.
I think Baker's going to want to throw it to his receivers more.
Maybe. I mean, we kind of bet on this offense in general, so it's just interesting. That was one takeaway I saw.
I don't love this offense, but it made too much sense when we were in our best ball.
Well, he honestly looks like our best value. We just got bad news, by the way. Since we're talking about best ball, let's just cover it. It is sad news. We lost Tim Patrick essentially for the year. They're still waiting.
It is for the year. It's Achilles.
Yep.
Consider me Santa Claus. Consider me the Easter Bunny. I just want to make it official. He is a Michigan State alum. There is still that glimmer of hope, but it does not look good. It does look Achilles. It does look season ending. But I mean, that's why you take a late round flyer. Sometimes it doesn't pan out. Just like
That's why I have some Marvin Mims on some teams.
right, that practice could happen 1,000 times. Doesn't mean he'll get injured any of those other 1,000 times.
Exactly.
He's always been kind of injury prone, though.
See,
Right.
that's okay.
I think we said that. I think we said that when we drafted him.
Yeah. Like we knew he was coming off of a big injury, so we knew what could happen. Okay. And
also,
since we're talking about a wide receiver, like, what do you guys think about the wide receivers now? Like before we get to it,
it's gotta be,
it's Chase or Jefferson one.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Jefferson. Yeah,
I would say Jefferson. I wouldn't disagree with that.
I'll say this: it's Jefferson.
Do you think Chase and Jefferson are close, or do you think Jefferson?
No,
I think it's close.
League above?
I think it's Jefferson by 1,000.
No, I think it's close because I saw Mixon's price, and Mixon's price wasn't that high.
I think it's
But
Jefferson
maybe
by
it's
1,000.
just Chase and Higgins are both close. How close do you think Higgins is?
I don't think he's close.
I think it's a mistake, but not close. I honestly think Jefferson clears it by 1,000.
Maybe.
If I had to guess, it's going to be like Jefferson 84, Chase 82.
Mind if I make another statement? I think Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford will be an underrated pairing.
Well, I think Kupp will probably be 78.
That sounds about right, honestly.
I expect Kupp just to be inside the top 5.
Well, we're on the team.
He should be third.
Do we think these Buccaneers wide receivers are going to be underpriced due to Baker and everything?
Yes.
Because I expect them to be undervalued.
How close do you think the duos are going to be? Like, do you think Higgins is going to be close to Chase? Do you think Waddle is going to be close to Tyreek?
No, I don't. I think the top duos like that, like Evans and Godwin, I think will be close because they don't know who's going to be the number one with the new quarterback.
How about Keenan and Mike Williams?
I think that will be close.
Now, I just want to keep mentioning this. This is our first reaction live. We have not looked. We're not giving you value plays. We're giving you our first reaction. I want to make this a full series. Me and Gov did a lot of preamble last year in terms of evergreen content, how to build lineups, structures, different strategies. I think there's time for all of those things. Let's just get the excitement out of the way, our first blush reaction. But I'm not even going to hold you guys to it, but just think about it out loud, even if you want to, when we might do some of these more breakdown shows. But again, this one's just a reaction show. Well, let's get to wide receiver now and see what we see.
Yeah, make sure you hit all games first.
Yeah, hit all games.
Because I know what's about to happen. People are going to say, oh, you missed the best value on the board. You didn't talk about X. We're not doing that.
No, we don't care. I found enough value to build a half a lineup already. I need to see wide receivers.
Right. So here we go.
Jefferson 88, Kupp 84, Tyreek 82, Chase 81.
They went heavy on the receivers.
Adams 79, Brown 70.
I see Higgins at 68,
73. See, okay, hold on, don't scroll down too far.
Yeah. Oh, I see some value that I like.
I did that on purpose, just so we can scroll back up quickly.
Oh boy, you got Odell at 5K. You got Kirk at 56. Whew. Debo 55.
55. Oh my God! I saw the same. Oh my God! You have
Michael Thomas at 51.
Okay.
And Jordan Addison's supposed to be number 2 for Minnesota. He's at 51.
Okay.
Sutton is Sutton really not the number? Who's the number 1? Sutton.
Deontay Johnson at 53.
Hold on.
Go up before we all have a heart attack, dude. Like, woo. Judy's at 66, but Hutton's down for are they really that now you see the disparity? Like, if Keenan's at 73, I'm playing 5,700 Mike Williams.
Look at DK, only 7K.
And him and Lockett are 60. Like, him and Lockett are close. Higgins is down at 68 with Chase up at 81. That's they actually gave them a gap Jefferson has a
I
massive
thought they
gap.
were going to have a gap.
The Chargers guys have a massive gap. It's Seattle that are close. It's the Philly guys. Devontae and Brown are close.
Gov, why
There's a massive gap between Judy and Sutton. Why?
Okay, this gap is obvious, right? We know why this. We just mentioned Tim Patrick. We just mentioned a new offense. We know all that. There is another underrated element to this that I think will go so undervalued right away. It's late PMR. PMR always goes underrated all year long.
Oh
But
yeah, no,
especially-
like the Denver stack for that already looks like a great late.
And
PMR.
Russell Wilson was very low priced.
especially
Yeah, you
early
could
on.
definitely do a Russ Judy like, and now looking at 66.
If you
and, like,
believe
50
Russ
running
is still Russ, whew.
that'd be a great double stack to have.
Well, we
I'd
don't
love
know
to
what,
see. I'll be.
we don't know what Greg Dulcich is, but I would be.
I was gonna say, like, when we get to tight end, I'll want to see Dulcich.
Yeah, I'd be a big fan of Jerry.
Can you scroll back up to the top?
Calvin Ridley at 6,500.
But honestly, I think Adams is underpriced if you're going to have Olave. Excuse me?
Can I-
Olave under Ridley?
They're the same price.
Look at Evans at 63.
Where's
Godwin's 59.
Oh, the Baker stack is cheap too.
Oh,
my
DJ
God.
Moore 61.
Donnie,
So
this
sad.
is why they were
Sad
smart, because you see all this
Christian Watson
mashup
is
of pricing, but then we go back to the Indianapolis Colts situation, and you're going to have value. And when you have value, people are like, well, I don't got to go cheap anywhere else, so I can go balance, or I can go stars. And so DraftKings knows what they're doing. They're willing to like give you that eye candy, first candy reaction. Take a look at the lollipop, enjoy the taste, and then we're gonna hope to get you. You guys didn't even mention the best guy that I see on the board.
Yeah,
Cooper?
no one is a fan of Amari Cooper. It's just you. I said DJ Moore.
Okay, you just say more.
Yeah.
You saw why you were excited. DJ Moore is big.
Like, oh, keep going down. Okay, so
Hollywood Brown, a number one receiver down there?
Marquise Brown.
Yeah, but if it's Colt McCoy,
If it's
Even
Colt McCoy, I'm loving it, honestly.
Michael
I
Thomas.
love the Odell down there.
Sutton at 52,
I
and
think
Addison at 50. Like,
I'll be the only guy to play this guy, but I promise you Michael Thomas will get in on line.
Honestly, if we could get Michael Thomas Odell and just, I don't know, I would be willing to do that. But wait. Hold on. Honorary Burks mentioned at 5K.
I was already going to but I like this is interesting though, because this covers some
DeAndre at 69, Burks at 5. Everyone else is basically
do have
minimum
a-
salary.
I do have a legit question, and this will be like a legacy kind of like if you were with us in the early going, you know the importance of this player. But Traylon Burks is on our best ball team. Again, if you guys haven't seen that video, go back and watch it. It's great content. Does Hopkins being there help our case for Traylon Burks' long season projections or hurt it? Like,
I think we already had this conversation.
we might have. But like,
I think
what
we
do you
did.
think now?
I still think it helps. I think Gov said it didn't.
Like, I just don't see them having that much passing volume. Like, even if you go to Ryan Tannehill, like a Hopkins helps. It probably helps the offense in general, but I don't think it makes them anything great.
Yeah, I definitively remember this argument. We've had this. Well, argument's the wrong word for it, but
We've debated this before.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think the Saints defense is underrated. We'll see what they're looking like.
I don't mind like maybe having like. See, I'd rather even like go with the tight end on the bring back or something.
It is crazy to me. I have to go back. Bijan Robinson ahead of Derrick Henry is criminal.
Agreed.
And maybe you're a smooth criminal, DraftKings. Maybe you're like Michael Jackson moonwalk that one on purpose. In which case you're a slick cat. But to me, that's either that's an intentional like play us, we're gonna entice you play, or that's just a misprice and somebody should get fired like that. There's something behind that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I like what I see there.
Well, there's so much hype around him. I don't blame DraftKings.
Right.
I'm sure a lot of people will play him.
Hey man, there's guys that go to the swimming pool with the Speedo on just to make an appearance. So maybe that's what they wanted. Maybe they wanted people to gawk at them. But that is a gawking, eye-popping price.
I mean, we guessed it beforehand. We did not expect him that high.
We knew with the PBR website Gov that we were going to see probably the biggest mashed potatoes, the biggest like conglomerate, mashup of pricing with wide receivers. So let's do this. Let me just randomly scroll pretty far down here because I think this is.
Oh wait, I saw Claypool. I want to see that again.
Mac Hollins at 38.
Look at Moore right there at 38 too. Moore.
This is my favorite one right here. This is just first reaction. I think Alec Pierce has the chance to be the number one receiver with the Colts. You get rid of a target, an offensive cog in that system in Jonathan Taylor, presumably, and you get a cheaper version of Jackson. This might be a way to pivot away from the chalky Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
I need to know who's playing quarterback.
Right. But that also plays into
all signs point to Richardson right now, but it still could be Minshew.
If it's Richardson, I'm playing the running back.
It's 100% going to be Richardson, I think.
I would start Minshew.
I think that they're almost willing to go with the growing pains. But that's what I mean.
Minshew against his favorite team, I think, just makes sense. Let him get week 1.
I'm not going to make that declaring statement now, but I will say having Richardson in there does take away from the rushing upside. So if the value looks to be there with Jackson, which it is, but Richardson actually is the number one rushing option, you might just play, Alec Pierce and Richardson and then just fade it, and you're so different, You almost play the Adam Levitan, I'm going to be different and see if I'm smarter than you approach, Gov.
Wait a second. Look at Robinson. Allen Robinson for the Steelers. Also, peeping Mechie right there at 36.
Mechie, and then
Russell Gage. That's going to be Baker's guy. Yeah, that's going to be Baker's guy. He's going to just pepper that dude. That's what Baker. He's going to chuck it downfield for Evans to grab, or he's going to be Baker's guy.
I was going to set you up for that, because everyone assumes that Gage was a Tom Brady guy, and he was, but we all know, it probably better than most.
Baker to Gage. Yeah, that sounds like Baker to me.
Baker does love the slot guy.
Well, I still think, first of all, Mechie's value there, I think, is amazing. But, I mean, we have a Patriots receiver in Parker, 41. There's value a lot of places at receiver, I feel like,
now,
too.
I haven't looked, and we probably don't have time, but I want to mention very quickly, the Detroit Lions will probably have some wide receiver value open up on the showdown. So, we'll have plenty of content for showdown as well.
What I need to see is the Patriots receiving prices, because I haven't seen Juju on this list. And I assume it's going to be about 54.
I haven't either. Another guy that I'm interested in is former Patriot,
Jacoby Myers? Yeah. I mean, he's going to have a decent price. He'll probably have about the same as Juju.
I thought they do play in the afternoon. I was going to say, I thought they play in the afternoon.
Tyquan Thornton, minimum price. Oh, wow. Oh, my.
Thornton being minimum price is interesting. Gov, if you played
really?
Here's a good question.
Wow.
This is
wow. I knew they'd be cheap, but even
we said the same thing. We both just said, "Oh wow." It's got to be the defense, right?
Gov, is this where they underprice so many receivers for the Patriots to get an unbiased, non-fan opinion of this, where it's DraftKings knows they underpriced one, but they're just going to underprice 5 of them and make you choose one? Like, you could argue Parker's underpriced. Thornton's definitely underpriced. But they're like, no one's going to play both of them.
Honestly, Bourne, taking Juju out of the thing, Bourne, I think, has the most talent out of those 3 that we've seen produce on the field.
Right, but Donnie, not no one. Obviously, there'll be people. Mac Jones will go severely underrated, and most people like to stack. So I think what DraftKings will do is they'll say, hey, we'll underprice all the wide receivers for the Patriots. We don't know which one's going to be good. We'll entice some people to make bad decisions because of the price, but no one will play 2 of the receivers because no one will want to stack it with Mac, and therefore we still win. Is that accurate?
Probably, especially going against the Eagles week 1, this is when to do it.
Because I'll play Thornton at 3K. Unless there's a better injury value that we're unaware of. Right now, this looks like, to me, the best value.
That's just, he was a 2nd-round pick.
Not only that, but Johnny, you tell me if I'm wrong. He is projected in training camp to be like, not only their like number 1 receiver, but I heard like the guy making all the highlights. Like he is their explosion. Right?
Juju's their number 1. Thornton's their home run hitter.
Well, that's why I asked you, because I heard on training camp reports that he was like a true threat to Juju because he was making so many explosive plays in training camp.
He was drafted to be the home run hitter. He's in an offense with an offensive coordinator. I think this Patriots offense works this year. Mm-hmm. So, and maybe that's just me being a biased fan, but I think this is criminal the way they are priced, even going against the Eagles. But maybe they just did it like you said. They don't know who's going to be the guy, so.
Gov, did they do this on purpose? Where it's like, we're going to have so many underpriced guys that will just like mindfuck our player base. And eventually we're like insanely laughing our way to the bank, come that Monday morning.
I don't think it's that deep. Like, really? Like, I think they are mispriced.
Yeah.
But like they are sort of priced for like what you would expect going forward normally. But
yeah,
the New England wasn't really normal last year. They had a defensive coordinator running all the plays.
Who's at 5,400? Can you scroll into 5,400? Because that's where I thought Juju would be about.
Okay, so that's where you.
That's
think
London. That's Bateman. That's
but if you think Debo's there, I guess that makes sense.
I don't like Debo this year. I'll say that. I've never liked Debo. To be fair,
but I'm Debo against Pittsburgh. Who's even their top corner?
I will say this: Addison is a better value than Thornton, though.
I still really am eyeing that Odell thing.
Odell as well, because I think
Odell and Michael Thomas just have.
Where was Zay? Like if Bateman's
he
out,
was low. He was lower.
Yeah, where was Zay Flowers?
I forget. I think it was low 4s.
Let's look at all the rookies. Like so, Addison at 51. He looks like the highest priced wide receiver rookie, but he's also supposed to step right into the number 2.
That's why I'd be lower.
4K. And he might end up being the number 2 wide. He might end up having the same sort of role as Addison on a team that said they're going to let Lamar pass more. I guess you're going to unleash him or whatever.
Yeah, but Mark Andrews is also there, which I'm excited to see his price because he was, I think, undervalued at the end.
See, that's the thing is you guys like Woods. I like Mechie. I
said Mechie earlier too.
Collins is there. I think you could easily go with a Flowers wide receiver from, or even Pierce, who is exposed to be really cheap earlier, and you got a pretty good stat.
Listen, this Baltimore game, if you wanted to get a Lamar Jackson lineup, there is value across the board where you could make it a nice stack.
But that's the thing.
Agreed. His receivers are not so overpriced that you couldn't grab one or two.
And you have a bring back with Mechie.
And that's the thing is like people are going to want to
You
spend.
have Pierce.
So, just to go off positions we already know, it's like that's how Lamar Jackson gets in lineups. Because like maybe Gov's right, and that price is too high.
Yeah, you haven't even really moved your average player salary, and you
Right.
can still go cheap at other spots.
And maybe Gov's right about that Lamar Jackson's too high owned. But like we don't talk about this enough, and then a lot of good DraftKings analysts will talk about this. Is it's not so much what you do with your value or expensive guys; it's how you pair your expensive stacks, right? It's do you get like how much does your stack cost? How much does Lamar Jackson and Flowers cost, opposed to Stafford and Cup?
But if you take Pierce out and you decide to go Mechie, now
Right.
that's a stack with a lot of, you got the high-end quarterback.
Then you got more money. And then
Yep.
you put a Jackson in there, and you're like, I'll play everyone.
And now you could play the running backs. I mean,
right. I mean,
you get Henry at a cheap price.
And that's just going off of what we already know. I mean,
right.
You could go something like, and this is still keeping Pearson there. And then you got, you could go Jackson or not Jackson. You could go Justin Jefferson. You could go Cooper Kupp. So we just did an experimentation, and I don't think we need to talk about flex because we talked about all these other ones. Are you ready to go to tight end?
All right. So who do you guys think is the most expensive tight end?
The most expensive tight end.
Travis
Now, Kelsey's not on the slate.
Yeah, he's not on the slate.
Okay, sure. Okay, I just want to be clear because he didn't we all know it's Travis Kelce if he was on the slate.
Of course.
Number 2, I mean,
Like it's
with the Baltimore receivers being so low, I'd assume Andrews.
I think it'll be TJ Hawkinson. They won't know what to do with the rookie with the Vikings. They know TJ. Yeah, I think it's TJ.
See, I like both of those arguments. I kind of lean Andrews, and it just because of history. But it could easily be Hawkinson.
Make sure you're on all games, by the way, Logan, before you switch
to me, they priced up Lamar Jackson, so they're saying he's going to get the rushing upside. So I think Andrews will be number 2. We'll see, though.
Click all games first. Click there.
There we go.
There it is.
They're 300 off.
Look at Ingram. I think that Ingram value is very good if you want to do an Ingram.
Yeah,
or Ingram on the other side of Deion Jackson might.
Or if you wanted to do an Njoku and Watson stack, now
you guys are talking about fun things. I'll say this. I'll be honest. Dalton
you
Schultz
get contrarian with a Lamar stack that doesn't have Andrews, but you play Dalton Schultz on the other side.
Dalton Schultz is too overpriced.
Agreed.
He's their top.
Who's my punt tight end? Keep going down.
Yeah. Hold on. We'd never pay up for tight ends almost.
Yeah. He's more expensive than their top wide receiver in Collins.
I do like the Tennessee tight end there.
I stay away from Pat Fryinbooth because they have Williams from
the rookie. Yeah.
The 6'8" tight end who basically is going to be a tight end vulture. Greg Dulcich is too cheap.
I like the Tennessee New Orleans game too at tight end.
Taysom at 30.
They have Taysom at tight. Well, he's probably only going to play tight end this year, huh? You got again. No one really knows who the Patriots starting tight end is. So
I like
Ish Smith at 36. Like basically, like Hayden Hurst got run at tight end. Like and CJ Uzoma got run at tight end in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Burrow will throw to his tight end. Ish Smith Jr. could be sneaky at 36.
I agree.
I think there's a sneakier play, but I'll keep going down the list and see if you guys see it.
Logan Thomas is.
Cade Otton.
Hold on. Logan Thomas is the starter there, right?
Yes.
Robert
Against
Tonyan
Funnel?
against his former team.
You guys haven't mentioned it yet. My favorite play.
Trey McBride.
Trey McBride. He saw the best usage with McCoy. If it was Kyler Murray, I'd be a lot less interested. You obviously have the rushing
One
upside.
touchdown.
Look, at 3,100 though, I see it, man. I see the potential. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I'll be playing some of it.
I think there's so much more value at tight end.
Yeah.
And
Like if I'm gonna pick a punt tight end, I'm gonna pick an Ish Smith instead.
he didn't play until week 6. But I'm saying all his production, especially like later in the year, came with Colt McCoy. So all I'm saying is it makes sense. But you got Noah Fant down here.
Fant. Let's see.
Isaiah Likely's down here.
And isn't Austin Hooper the number one tight end?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, he should be ahead of the Foster Moreau, yes.
You got the rookie, the
Oh, no.
Meyer.
You got the rookie, yeah.
Meyer, yeah.
Yeah, Meyer might be the punt tight end this year.
Ooh.
Or this
Is there
game.
a pure punt minimum salary? Let's get to 2,500 all the way. Keep going down. Let's see.
What do you want to play?
Parnham.
You want to play your favorite?
We could play my boy Tommy Tremble.
No, you want to
Former quarterback Felipe Franks.
No, go tell the people who you want to play. You want to play Mercedes Lewis, right?
Is he on any of the teams? I don't think he is.
He's on the Jets.
Yeah, he's
Are the Jets on the slate?
They might be Monday.
I thought they were playing like Dallas on Monday or something.
You might be right.
Somewhat.
But if people don't know, Gov always goes to Mercedes Lewis.
He's playing Mercedes Lewis Monday.
Oh, yeah, the showdown's going to be fun. It's going to be great.
Yeah, there we go.
It's going to be so great. Showdowns. Oh, my God.
We will be doing some showdown slate. I don't know if Donnie can join us, given his college schedule, but I really want to break down some showdown with Gov. I think that's one of your primary skill sets. Like, you have some very good evergreen kind of strategy theories about some of
I
stuff.
really like the Raiders tight end room. If we have a definitive who wins the battle, because Jimmy G is going to throw to a tight end.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, and if you look at it, like based on DraftKings salaries, I'm not advocating we should play this guy, but DraftKings is telling us that we got a hell of a value on David Njoku in our best ball draft, and I would agree.
I agree too.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a good play, and I think this is a fair price. And a lot of pricing hasn't been fair tonight, but I think this is a fair price, and we got him at extreme good value.
I honestly think Watson still is the guy we saw in his young career. I just need to see it again.
So we're going to do the same thing, though, guys, right? We're going to punt at tight end. There's just too much good options down at tight end.
There's too many good options at tight end. If we spend above 3,600, we probably made a mistake.
I agree.
The only guy I see that I would spend over $3K for
would maybe be Dulcich.
Would be Greg Dulcich.
But you guys don't think Ish Smith is good? Really?
Now I will say I wouldn't mind stacking anyone.
I don't know why, but this guy always catches my eye. He's like the girl at the party that I should stay away from. Like, guys, if we ever got drinking and you guys are like, oh, Logan's about to make a bad decision, we got to protect him. I don't know. Man, Kyle Pitts always gets me every time.
I know he does. He's not in London. He's playing in America, Logan. Calm down.
Well, we need to move to London, man. We need our passports. Like, I don't know why, but I'm always seriously.
The value's there. I just don't like the coaching.
Donnie, you've been a fan of his too, and you even tell me my love for this guy is like infatuated. I don't know what it is.
If you want a plus for him, Drake London came to camp looking kind of chubby, so he might end up being primary target.
I don't need any more reason to play this guy.
Listen. I think Kyle Pitts is as good as we saw in his rookie year. It's just the coaching staff. That's all it is.
Okay.
But this is a great, if you wanted to, for whatever reason, play a type of Falcon stack and you wanted to do quarterback Pitts and Robinson,
I'm going to be honest though. Do I
That's
make more
gross.
money? Do I make more money if Pitt stays healthy, or more money if he gets injured in training camp?
Oh, 100% if he stays healthy. I believe he's going to show us more.
You believe he's going to show more?
It's the same thing with Watson. I just need to see it at this point again.
And there wasn't a better way to ask that question. I'm not trying to wish it, but truly, like, I love this guy's potential so much that I probably will play him every week. Because one of these weeks he's just one of my guys. You know, they talk about a lot in golf where it's like one and done. Gov, you play your guys because the 1 week that you're not on them, you know, you don't want to miss that big huge payout. So you just, you know, you throw a couple shekels on your guys. Kyle Pitts is just one of my guys. So why don't we do that to close up shop? Anything tonight that you guys saw, you liked, you disliked, any like guys you're like, oh, I love this idea?
I want to see the defense still.
I was about to say, we'll do defenses, yeah. So
yeah.
Who do you think is the highest price defense?
Gotta be Philly, right?
I'm thinking Philly too, yeah.
Okay, well, let's do this then. Who is the highest price defense and the second lowest defense? Let's put some spice on it.
Well, I think the defenses at low end are going to be pretty close, like a bunch of them.
Yeah, I wonder how low they go if they hit 2K, or if it's going to be maybe they set a new floor at like 2,500. That'd be fun.
I'm thinking low defense. I'm going Tampa probably.
Okay,
Mine would be either Houston or let me see the other games
but,
again.
Hold on, I was thinking Houston, but I can't say that because they have Will Anderson, and I think that might heighten their value because that's sacks.
I could see Arizona's defense maybe being low.
Yeah, but they're playing Washington.
I got one. I didn't hear you guys' top defense.
Pittsburgh is
San
low,
Fran
probably.
might be kind of high.
Eagles for our top defense.
The highest defense, and this is what I think should happen, and what I think if DraftKings is smart, they'll do. It is the Denver Broncos.
See,
might be. I could see them being top 5.
Yeah, they should be top 5.
The second highest defense will be Chicago.
I don't think so. Ravens 1, okay.
Oh my.
Vikings 2.
I was higher on the
Niners.
I was high on the Broncos.
Eagles 4.
Eagles. The
Broncos were
defensive
top 5.
exactly
Okay, Broncos were top 5, so I'll give you that. Jags.
Who's
Saints.
the low end?
Okay, so that's the above 3K guys. How low does it go? 2,100.
Donnie nailed it. You said Buccaneers would be low, Donnie.
Houston is the lowest.
Yep.
Tampa, Raiders, Indy, the Dolphins. Like, if Herbert's going to throw a lot, the Dolphins could be sneaky.
Okay, here's what I want to do to close up, y'all. I'm going to build the lineup I think the most casual player would build tonight, and you guys tell me when I go wrong. Ready?
Yep.
So stop me when you think like this is not chalky anymore.
Okay. Wait, you said casual player, like a veteran in DraftKings?
No, maybe, but like a guy that just like thinks that he's going to build the best team possible. Don, he doesn't care if he wins $1 million or $2.
I don't think Houston would be on that list.
You already stopped me.
I'm already stopping.
Yeah, I agree. Like some layman dude, he's not even going to put
like yourself.
He's going to let defense be like the last thing.
So where is not the best defense, not the worst? Where's the most popular defense at?
Probably Miami.
Okay, Dolphins. Okay, who did they play?
They were all the way they were near the bottom.
They were at the bottom, yeah.
Dolphins. They play the Chargers.
I think people will assume shootout, but okay, we'll go with the cheap Dolphins. Now let's see if
or you could go with who played the Saints. Why is that slipping my name?
Now let me continue this and tell me when I'm wrong again. Either one of you can stop me. Let me go back to Indianapolis. I think we'll both agree here. We'll go Jackson.
Mm-hmm. No disagreement so far.
We'll plug in Jackson. Let's plug in Thor. I'll just type in the name a bit faster. Type in Thornton.
He's there. Under Pitts.
Let's see. Quarterback. We got to spend some money now. We'll go. People will want to play Jackson. He's been injured all year. They'll see the high price. They'll go Jackson. And then they'll say, I heard about stacking once. Let me go Flowers. And this is where they get crazy, right?
Well, hold on. Before we get past that, if you're going with that, don't you think they just pair it with an Odell instead of a Flowers?
Maybe. I'm not saying this lineup's good.
I know.
But Justin Jefferson gets in there.
Oh, 100%. If you're trying to build a lineup like that, you're definitely putting Jefferson in.
Yeah, like Chris McCaffrey is the best white running back of my lifetime, so he goes in. And then look at how much money you still got. You know, you're like Tyreek Hill is a fast cheetah, like he's got a cool Instagram story.
And then you just punt out tight end with
and then
someone.
You punt it tight end, which we like, by the way. I mean, Foster Moreau might play, even though he came off cancer. It's a good story, but
maybe Russ loves Alberto this year. Who knows?
I mean, we could honestly pick the best one here, but it doesn't really matter. But that's what I think will happen. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, or instead of Tyreek, you go like Mark Andrews.
Which I don't think this lineup's terrible if Jackson's definitely playing.
Right.
Like you could turn Tyreek into Waddle and then just play like Ish Smith or something.
Yeah.
Or honestly, just turn Tyreek into Chase. No, not Chase. AJ Brown.
Chase is popular, so but $100 makes a difference, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Chase or AJ Brown though is like
that gives you like 400 or 500. Going down to Waddle gives you 1,100. Like there are options where you still get all your guys.
Legit tight end. You
and
can get Kate Otten.
And what if you played Chubb instead of McCaffrey or something you can play a Lamar Jackson.
Why don't you play Beyond?
With the known chalk, with the guys we think are going to be chalk, with what we think are going to be the cheap guys you play, you can play a Lamar Jackson core and still have the money for fucking McCaffrey and Jefferson.
This is 100% what somebody's going to, the theory of this play is 100% what somebody's going to do.
Oh, yeah. Some layman who sees some stuff is like, oh, these are the value plays they are posting.
Right.
That's going to be your chalk. Yeah, you can fit in like two
I
or
would
three
go
of those
chalk,
value plays and fit all the dudes you want.
Let's say that me and you and Donnie say these are our favorite chalky plays, right? Cooper Kupp, but there are ways to get different. You can still play chalk and be way different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to screw around and build everyone, not with anyone's input, just Logan build your favorite lineup, first name that comes to mind for the second. That's what you have for a position at quarterback and all that.
Okay.
And we each build one like that.
I can do that. You have it up, Gov?
I can pull it up, yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, and then Donnie, give commentary on what you think of my build, and I'll switch to Gov's build. I'll give him just a minute to pull it up here if he wants to pull it up on stream.
Well, you could just build yours now in front of.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But if he pulls it up, then let's see. I would go. I'm a crazy man, so I would probably, I'll go here because I like what this does. I'll go here. Who's that really cheap wide receiver I like from Carolina? Why is the name escaping me?
LaVisca?
Carolina's the first one.
No, the rookie.
Mingo.
Mingo, that's right.
Or I think Marshall, Thielen, and LaVisca are going to be our starting three. Or no, I mean Marshall, Thielen, and Shark are going to be our starting three.
Yeah. Well, they talked about
Laviska might get used some, and we'll see if Mingo can carve himself a role through training camp and preseason. But it's not a great receiving core if that's our 5-man squad.
It's really not. See, I'm stuck here. I'm going to do it, though.
I don't want too much thought into it.
Yeah, but I still want to give it some thought because, like, this is what I would do.
I just want to see where we're at now with our minds and what we're going to be at when we build the real lineup.
See, that's what I want to do, but I don't have room for defense.
Which means you can only do one thing: punt tight end.
Oh, I got it. No, I got this. And then I would play the Bucks because I already think the Vikings suck. I mean, I pretty much told you I think they're going to get the number 1 pick on our schedule show, Donnie, which is a good segue. If you guys haven't checked out our season predictions, please do so. Gov has a lineup here. Let's see what he came up with, and we'll switch.
I'll tell you which one I prefer.
I got one guy left. I don't know where to put it right now.
Donnie, you choose.
Can I make a suggestion? Yeah, can I make a suggestion here?
Sure.
I would go Godwin. Wait, no, you have Evans. You have Evans. I didn't see that.
I was about to say, like, I already have a little mini Tampa Bay, Minnesota stack that doesn't include Baker.
Then I go DJ Moore.
With Hawkinson on the bring back. I've got my Herbert Williams with Waddle on the bring back. I'm using chalky Deion Jackson, but I'm going to get different by pairing him with the Colts defense. And that leaves me a very solid 6,100 for a flex.
DJ Moore wouldn't be terrible.
Miles Sanders isn't even that bad if I wanted to go 3 running backs.
Right?
I could go cheaper. Like the key is, do I go all the way down to 5K?
No.
And turn Waddle into Hill.
Gov, here's what I would do. I would pair Herbert with Johnson, the rookie. Similar skill set to Williams. You save a ton of money, and then you have all the money in the world for your flex. Because he'll be playing the slot, right? And that saves you. That's what I would do. Shout out to one of our favorite fantasy football personalities. She loves the.
Oh, then I could just double stack it with Keenan.
You could.
Well, there you go.
Herbert, Quentin, Keenan, plus my Tampa Bay, Minnesota stack, brought back with Waddle.
I like
what should be like. I don't. Do I have to save this lineup for later? Fuck, I have to save this lineup for later. Well, I'm just going to do that with a screen gone. Bye, screen.
All right, Logan, do you want to give me, like, quick fire?
Why I did what I did?
No, like, do you want me to build one quick fire just to see what our difference is?
Oh, yeah, you want to build one. I got you.
I like that, actually.
Gov did not see my lineup, so I was just showing my lineup. This would be something I would do. And I don't think either one of our lines are bad, Gov, and I think they're so different. Like, that's what I'm saying.
That's what week 1 is, though. That's what I kind of want to see, how we feel.
Mine has, like, stupid correlation. Like, you saw a stack with a bring back plus another mini game stack, plus I correlated my running back with my wide receiver.
I got to say this, just so we have the lineup, that this was our first look. Obviously,
yes, that is the absolute first lineup I have ever built for this week.
Right. So we will build Donnie's, and even if I got to screen grab it, we can do that. But we'll keep it. Let me see where it says create lineup, because this will keep the lineup fresh. So we'll go back to this week 1. So let me make sure we select the right games, Donnie, and then we can build you a lineup. And then we'll have.
I just want to see how different we're going to end up being, because we obviously all want Jackson at running back at that. Cheap.
Like after what we saw, it's like you kind of got to build around that, or unless you choose not to. But where's your value?
First. Yeah, just stick him in there first.
Deion
Jackson.
Okay.
And then I'm going to want Juju in there.
Smith?
First game as a Patriot. I want it.
I'm a big fan of Smith. He won me a showdown once with his performance with the Steelers. I'm a big fan.
Go to running back for a second.
By the way, I didn't realize Juju is returning to Pittsburgh. Or not Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. Or Pennsylvania. I'm trying to get it out, but not quite there.
Wrong P.
Same state, wrong team. Go ahead.
Go to running back for a second.
Okay.
Put Mixon in there.
Mixon. Good value, by the way. I like
that's
it.
not bad.
like the value.
I think people will flip on it because he just signed. Like people
Get
will
Metcalf.
DK. And
He's
I
right
love
there.
DK.
All right, now I got to build my stack. Go to quarterback.
Quarterback. Okay. Who you want?
Honestly, I think I'm gonna go with Watson.
That's what you want. You want
the perv.
Yeah, I want Watson. And give me
of course
Njoku
you
with
have
it too.
Oh, I was about to say, like the home road splits are real for Amari Cooper. He averaged like 20 points a game at home last year and like 11 on the road. So like I would consider stacking him with Amari.
I'd rather Njoku in there. I'm not big on Amari.
I don't mind using your tight end to stack. That's always a smart move.
Yep, it gets rid of your
punt it or use it to stack your guy.
Yep.
And
I would probably go Peoples-Jones, but that would have been me. Just to give you a quick.
You like with your money, you could still go Amari and have a good solid like 6. You do that and then have a cheap defense, you still have like 7K for a flex.
Yeah, go to defense for a second. Go to defense.
Yeah, again, this is soft. You can basically do what you want. And we don't even have real value. We have what we think is perceived value in Dion.
Scroll down. No, on the defense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I cleaned my mouse, so it's really, really quick.
I'm gonna go sneaky and stick the I'm gonna stick the Carolina defense in there. I always pay a little higher than defense.
You want to stick?
Yeah, I want to stick the Carolina defense.
I love my defense, but if Atlanta runs the ball all the time, there's not going to be much to get.
It's a slow
other than Ritter scrambling around and getting sacked, which could happen like 4 or 5 times.
I agree. It's a slow big game, so maybe not as many sacks.
Yeah. Go to flex.
Okay. Who do you want?
I want Miles Sanders.
See, that's why I didn't go to flex right away, because I knew you already had a name in mind.
You're going to pair your running back with your defense. I don't hate that. That's a good thing.
And that gets me Justin Jefferson.
JJ.
Here's what I don't like about this, though, because you're paying up this high for Justin Jefferson. So you're saying that game's going to be high and he's going to pay off his value, Donnie, but you're not bringing back with any Tampa guy.
I did not intend to have enough to get Justin Jefferson. That was a product of the
line. So it happened, right? That's fair.
Yeah.
I just wanted the rationale.
Like, to be fair, and like, I wanted to say this is the kind of lineup I think a layman would make, but then I start looking at it, it's like, oh, but there's actually correlation here, there's correlation there, there's correlation there, there's correlation there, there's a one random Juju. So I like that's it's this is very, like this
the
is
receivers are random.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I would think the receivers, that's it. But like your stack is fine. You have the bring back and mix in. You did the little like running back correlation with your defense for Sanders and the Panthers.
One of my favorites, the running back defense correlation.
It's a good one. I also love that. It's underrated in how often it hits, and no one actually even tries to do it. It's just sort of if it happens, it happens.
See, but that just goes to show week 1, we have all different things firing through our brain.
Yeah, we do.
And it's completely different outside of we just all see value in the Colts running back room. And actually, who had the Tampa Bay stack? Gov, you did?
I did, yeah.
So I went a
Rashad
Jets
White, Hawkinson, and Evans.
stack. So you have that game being high, too. I just had the Minnesota guy up there.
Yeah.
I just didn't pair with the Tampa offense.
See, that's a little crazy on me because, like, I have the running back and then Evans. And then I just have, like, Hawkinson, I guess, having everything and hoping people play Jefferson.
Yeah.
Who am I missing from our team here? Who's the best player that I'm missing? Unfortunately, we can't go with Diggs or with St. Brown. I'm just wondering if because see, we can't go Diggs and St. Brown, so I don't think our best ball team would be good. But this would be kind of the build of it. I'm trying to remember because we have People Jones. Like I remember a lot of our value players. I don't remember like
our tie end,
our high end guys. See, all of our high end guys we couldn't really afford. I think they're St. Brown and Diggs.
Yes, I believe. Yeah, I think they were. So it's like, like those guys are playing on a different day.
Right.
So like,
otherwise, this would work. But
this is what we would be coming in like after Sunday. Well, after Sunday, we'd have whatever we got from Amon-Ra, and then this.
But
plus Treylon Burks, don't forget we'd have him.
Right. Assuming that we could do this, like assuming we could pay like 8,000 for a Diggs or like a high 7 for St. Brown. Do you think it's a good sign that we could basically fit our lineup into a DraftKings, or do you think it's a bet? Like, what's the omen based on? Is that a good sign or a bad sign that we can fit it in a week?
I don't think that's uncommon. I mean, maybe I'm crazy.
That's a good point. I just want to see.
I don't know the actual, like, honestly, I haven't thought about that. That's
right.
I honestly like to see that, like, the players that we were high on that have a lower salary there.
Yeah.
They're young players that are probably going to progress, and we expect to step in their game. We already have the studs, but now we expect Trevor Lawrence to be better.
If we had access to our Diggs and our Amon-Ra, I wouldn't want that to be able to fit in a lineup because I want our top guys to be exceeding what you would actually be able to build. That way I know we have a ceiling of points till the end of the year.
Speaking of exceeding, we are getting towards the time limit here, Gov. Any other things that you want to make sure you get off your chest as the first reaction? Because we can only have our live reaction once. Anything we're missing that you want to make sure you get off your chest before we really dive into it? Because you know what will happen. We'll dive into it. We'll digest it.
I can't imagine.
Bijan at 8 is just too egregious.
Yeah,
it's just too much for a rookie.
It's not even that. It's too much for a rookie in general. But then, with all the people around, the people he's above, makes no sense.
The few people above him are so much better and more proven that, how do you give that to him right off the bat?
Because that's what he's going for in all the fantasy leagues. He's got to be the most hyped fantasy back I've seen in a long time as a rookie.
Agreed. And I don't see Atlanta having that volume running the ball again. They have to try to pass more. They can't run it as much as they did last year. And he's gonna split with Algier. There's going to be other guys. There's going to be other guys. Oh no, Dallas isn't on the slate.
Yeah.
I was curious. I'm very curious as to see.
They avoided a bullet because Breece Hall isn't on the slate either. Because I went to look up Cooks and realized the Jets weren't on the main slate. I just think I know it's position based, but having Robinson higher than Adams just seems wrong. I don't know if it is wrong. I don't know if it will prove to be wrong, but it seems wrong.
It's even if Robinson has a better game, it's wrong.
Even
Fair.
before all the stuff came out, of having him higher than JT seemed wrong to me.
Henry is the worst one, though. I think having
Yes.
Hopkins there will make Henry better. Like, they won't stack the boxes.
Yeah.
Agreed. 100%.
It might be a mistake that I didn't put him in my first lineup. That might be my first mistake.
Listen. We could go on forever. We just hit the hour and a half mark.
Yeah, you're right. Let's close up. When do you want to come back, Donnie? In an ideal world, like 5 minutes from now? Like, when's our next show? Give the people at least a sneak preview. They call it a tease.
I want to figure out what I'm not sure. We have so much that's going on at this
Don't
point. Don't
commit then. Tease the people, Donnie. Give them that slow dance.
I really have no idea what the next show is even going to be.
Could it just be more of this? Just from a more, okay,
I don't want to. Listen, we're getting close to that. We're getting close to the itch of the best ball. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's a conversation we'll have a little bit later.
I committed to do a best ball at the beginning of the year and at the very end of the year. Like, I'm talking like last week of preseason, because I want to see the difference. And I really do think tracking those teams will be interesting. We also did a trackable prediction show. Now we've done our first look drafting show. We've done some evergreen content. We are producing a lot of content out there. We don't want this to go any longer, but please check us out. Please like and subscribe. Go, final words.
Oh, this is going to be a fun football season. I can already tell.
It really is. I have NFL.
I can't wait.
Donnie's fully emerged now. He's got a whole year under his belt. He's got some strategy now.
I'm guessing prices out of nowhere.
I mean, truly, I feel like we have hit our maturity with the pod. Like, truly, I think this could be a special year for the three of us. And personally, individually, this podcast, it could be great. So, again, like and subscribe. And I've enjoyed being a smaller podcast and watching the growth. We've seen big growth. I think the NFL season is going to have growth. Congratulations to us. I'm not afraid to say it. Good night. Take care. Like and subscribe.
Have a good night, everyone.
Peace out.